Joes.
Welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
I'm Barry Kay.
And I'm Todd Pleasant.
What's going on, everybody? Busy weekend for some movies. I'm just going right into random.
Yeah, go for
Jurassic World made $323 million worldwide. I'm a little shocked by that. Anybody?
I'm not. People take their kids to see dinosaurs.
But after all these years, this is the third reboot of that franchise.
And people none of these have been reboots. They've been continuations. And they've made this look more like an adventure film than people running and screaming. And I think,
it's got two things going for it. It's got big dinosaurs that look real, and it's got Scarlett Johansson. Which, let's face it, people will go see it just because of her.
I was thinking Scarlett Johansson was the two things, but okay. So
I was trying not to be my normal self.
You can take that a lot of ways. I mean, she's a very talented actress, and she brings a presence. I'm not surprised, but it's it could have gone the other way. The weird audiences right now. I mean,
people were saying this is what they're looking forward to most, which I guess I watched half of Jurassic World yesterday or whenever the other day, which is fine. I enjoyed that. Bryce and Chris Pratt, both good.
The first one was good. That story got super convoluted.
It did.
The first one was good.
Yeah.
I didn't mind. I didn't think the third one was as bad as people said it was. But the first one was good, but that's only 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then there were two sequels. So we're like sort of, let's mix it up, 4 years later or however many years later?
Well, let's face it, Universal's got a lot invested in that franchise and in continuing the franchise because they got theme parks and, it's one of their tentpoles.
Yeah, and again, they know the formula. They figured out from these other films what works and what doesn't. And you need apparently casualties and strong leads and it's like, but again, it's all a gamble right now. You don't know. I mean, look at that. Yeah. Look at Megan made $180 million on a $12 million film the first time.
People love that scary crap.
And then the sequel made $10 million. Had a $10 million opening. It's like, and they poured a bunch of money into it. So, sometimes lightning does not strike twice, and sometimes it does 9 times. So
going back to the Jurassic Park thing, though, this was the other thing that I saw today, Dave. I don't know, maybe this is the second half of what you were going to say, but
nothing.
They're now saying that Scarlett Johansson is officially the highest-grossing actor of all time at the box office after this opening, because lifetime career box office gross is $14.8 billion in films where she plays a lead role or a lead as part of the lead ensemble, and more than $8.7 billion of that is from the MCU.
And so, wait a minute. So, who did she knock out of the top spot? Was it Robert Downey Jr.?
Honestly, I didn't go that far into it.
I think
so
it is.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it is. So
it's a really convoluted.
Oh, it is because
calculation
when these are ensemble
she wasn't the lead
movies.
in almost any of those movies, right? I mean, she's been one of the ensembles, but she's never been the lead of a Marvel movie other than the one movie that basically went direct to streaming, other than a very limited theatrical release.
Yeah, that's like a baseball thing. Let's make up stats just to fill time.
No, it's also you could be on the you could be the guy that sat on the bench and be on the winningest team in history. It's like it's not a realistic thing when it's she's not the this is not like back in the days.
Vision and Scarlet Witch have been in a bunch of those movies too, but nobody's saying that
no, but not as many. Okay,
right,
and she had a very long run with those films, but again, historically, okay, here's two that I know of. the biggest grossing box office stars, okay, among the biggest are Shirley Temple, okay, and Burt Reynolds. Okay, so that number's not like, it's not a guarantee of anything. It's just math. So,
what are you gonna do? All right, other random. What do you guys got, Barry? What do you got?
What do I got? I have a couple of rumory kind of things, but this one is not.
You
a rumor.
love the rumory stuff.
Well,
is it Bosch and the Lincoln Lawyer?
It's not. But so I didn't believe this one, so I actually followed the links and found out it is actually true. Apparently, Denzel Washington is confirmed to be in Black Panther 3. And Ryan Coogler confirmed it himself on a podcast, and I actually clicked the link and watched him say it. So I don't know what role he's playing.
Black
Probably
Panther
not
3
Black
is going to need something. So
yeah, for sure.
So Denzel is going to be in it. He's a heavy hitter to bring him into the MCU. I mean, he's certainly, So we got that, and then the other one that I'll just throw out there, and this one, for what it's worth, they're claiming Dakota Johnson is reportedly being eyed up for a big, in quotes, big Star Wars role.
Madam Web.
I don't understand why
Madam Web Walker.
They would put her in a Star Wars movie when her last big franchise film was such a flop. But
yeah,
she's an okay actress.
All these people hire people who are out there trying to get people to print this stuff. So
that's true.
Okay,
you know who said that?
And I think it used to be you had publicists going to lunch with people and whispering these things. Oh, there's big talk about her doing this and all. And now there's this crap machine where it just all gets in there, and you see what sticks and what doesn't stick. And then you get people in the studios who are just like the people in the studio, in my mind, who look at it and say, "We need Dakota Johnson for the next Star Wars movie. That's what fans want." I mean, it's all crap.
Yeah, I mean, I just whatever. Like, I don't have a strong opinion on her one way or the other than that Madam Web was such a flop. Why would you put her in a prominent role in a Star Wars movie?
She's a name these days, though. I mean, she's around.
I guess
she's talking about directing a movie, but we should get our own publicist to have him.
We should totally do that.
We may be adding Dakota Johnson as the fourth host.
Yes,
so
yes.
Yeah, we might put that.
I like that.
Rumor out there.
Is in talks. Because I would say
where she's in talks.
Yeah, she's being considered. Talks. Actually, she's being considered.
I've considered
as the yeah. So
it's not even in talks. Being considered.
I like that. So, Dave. Last week, your Lincoln Lawyer Bosch thing. Do you know why those are connected?
Yes,
I did not know that.
I did when I read that, but
they're not.
But before you get to what you're going to say, that story has showed up in like 4 or 5 different Facebook feeds. I don't know if you know when we're going to know.
No, but I'm saying that. But
when we ask Titus Welliver on August 11th,
we will do that. But
August 9th.
I do find it interesting that those are both Michael Connelly things,
and they're half brothers.
And yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of interesting. So who knows? It could happen.
So I have the answer to your question. I looked it up. Samuel L. Jackson was the previous record holder with a lifetime gross of $14.6 billion because he was in all those movies,
Star Wars included.
But he's also in Star Wars. But he's not the star of Star Wars by any stretch.
No, and then Robert Downey Jr. was in second place with 14.3. But yeah, but when you add up the Star Wars movies and all the Nick Fury, cameos,
oh my God, yes, yeah, it's cumulative.
That's ridiculous. That's stupid.
Yeah,
I'm actually listening to the first Renee Ballard book. Okay, because Ballard starts this week, and I will say, I had a hard time getting into the Bosch books because he wrote those so long ago, and it's set in a different era than like the show. Okay. It's very much in this kind of 70s but working its way up from there, because
I read him in like the 90s.
Yeah, his Bosch is a much older guy, but what's interesting in the Ballard book is Bosch is this guy, this legendary LAPD detective who had a TV series based on him, because one of the people killed in the first Ballard book had a walk-on role in the Bosch TV series.
That's funny.
It's like this one whole universe. I'm actually looking forward to the series. I read a couple of good reviews of it. So,
Michael Connelly wrote the Ballard books too?
Yes, yeah. There's 6 Ballard novels, and he's Bosch is a character in some, but he's much.
Yeah, he's
older
the show, I think.
And
too.
So I think that's gonna.
Yeah, I have it on my list because there's not a ton. I just finished a couple things. So
on this subject of things to watch, because there's not a ton to watch. Back in 2008, Chris Carter made the second X-Files film, which was I Want to Believe, and he's now
I had that on my list.
Making a director's cut. And honestly, I can't think of. I don't know why, and I don't know.
I can't think of
because
something
he wants to believe. Todd,
he wants to believe, Barry.
He heard Barry
does,
likes,
but it's just
it's
kind of like
director's cuts.
It's like, who remembers that film? Who cares about that film? And
I remember it being a disappointment.
Of course, as was everything in the X-Files after a certain time. I think like season 6 or 7 or something. But I mean, I absolutely love that show. It is an indelible part of pop culture. It's like earned its place there. But every attempt to do anything with it post those last few years has just not worked well. I'm really surprised anyone would throw money at this.
I think it has its place. I don't know that it's earned its place. You know my feelings, and I love X-Files, but there's never been a bigger letdown of a property than X-Files. It just never paid off ever.
And
not
they
in
brought
the
it back a
movies.
couple times so they could pay it off
To clean it up.
They never did.
And that did. Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if
X-Files is the Michael Myers of TV series. You want it to be dead and over, and it's just not. It just keeps getting back up.
It's kind of like Dexter is the new X-Files because they keep bringing it back.
Yeah,
well, Dexter was. Did it end okay?
No, it ended terrible.
No, it didn't. And then they brought it back and gave it a lukewarm ending, and now they're bringing it back again.
They're bringing it back again.
But the fact that there was never a payoff partially negates how good it was. I'm so disappointed by that show.
It's tainted. That's what you're saying.
I will say, like I said, it's the earlier seasons. The first 2/3 of it were very, very good.
Oh, I agree, but I
credit this I blame this totally on Chris Carter. The best part of that show are the standalone episodes, and the worst part of that show are the mythology episodes that just lead you down a path that goes nowhere.
It's insulting.
And you want to think there was a plan there somewhere, but it just and that's the other thing too. I watched the first episode when it aired on Fox, and I thought, this is awesome. This is going to get canceled in like 6 episodes because everything that was decent on Fox did. And I don't think he ever expected it to run as long as it did, and I think they strung it out way too long. But
with 11 seasons, they should have landed.
Oh, I agree 100%, Barry. But I'm saying I think at best he probably had a 3 or 4 year plan. I mean, who at that point thought a show was going to run? A show like that would run 11 seasons. Nobody. I bet he had
But it's insulting to your audience
2 or 3 year plan.
Just never
and he and the network and everybody else involved thought that if they rolled it all out there at the end of season 3 or season 4, that was it. The show was over. And they dragged it on too long, and not even the actors cared towards the end. So
Chris Carter's on Dave's list.
Okay.
He deserves to be on Dave's list.
I think you mentioned that before, and
I'm sure I have, but he's definitely on.
So
Tim Burton, him. Who's that other guy?
The douchebagette.
That's really worse. That guy.
Yep.
Who's the guy directed the third X-Men? That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
But we've proven it is possible to get off the list. So there's at least one.
Yeah, look, she didn't deserve to be on. She wasn't on the list for a marriage. You had her title on the list for her appearance, and for someone else's casting decision. So
that's true. Whoever was the casting agent,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's who's on the list.
Now that Dave is woke, he took her off the list.
Oof, I wouldn't say that's ever a possibility. I really don't.
That's not possible.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
All right.
One other quick thing.
Go ahead.
And that is, I just lost the tab. Shit. Gary Oldman is being knighted, and it's long overdue. I love Gary Oldman. He's one of my favorite TV shows. Favorite. Everyone has actually given it a try. They're long overdue finally knighting him. And I read a very, very good article on him, including that because he is such a chameleon, people do not know how to take him. And when he was making, he was George Smiley in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, they hired a British dialogue coach for him.
Oh, that's funny.
Because that's what I said. They people do not know how to take him. So, but when you think of the range and breadth of his career, this is Commissioner Gordon and a million other roles and professional and Dracula and all these other things. It's very cool. Congratulations.
Nice.
There's talk of him being the fourth host of the Regular Joe's podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in talks.
He's being considered.
He's being considered.
Yeah.
They're making a Hot Wheels live action movie.
Okay, so is this like Cars, or is this like? I mean, is it like?
I don't know.
Fast and the Furious?
It sounds like Fast
Cars?
and Furious.
No, could be.
The Cars can't be alive in this live action.
Well, you would say that about the Transformers film too, right? So that's what I'm saying.
Well, but Transformers were alive.
It's like John Chu's
have never
doing it.
Been alive.
He's directed that kind of stuff. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think me and Barry have seen it, but if the Battleship movie was, I'll say watchable.
Yeah,
it's watchable.
Well, you put Brooklyn Decker in it makes it a little more watchable.
That's true. But it wasn't as dumb as you think it
wasn't.
Should be.
It wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't good, but so Hot Wheels.
I think that was Rihanna's first film too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rihanna was in that. Jesus.
Yeah.
She was
and Liam Neeson was in it too.
And it wasn't Taylor Kitsch guy was he in it?
Yeah, there were a bunch of people in it, but
the guy who's gonna
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible. So who knows? Hot Wheels movie. Barry, you got anything else?
I have some Death Star facts I want to lay down on you guys, just because I was thinking about the Death Star the other day. And
are we going to go back to the many independent contractors?
No. It's not a Kevin Smith thing. This is just I found this interesting when I actually started thinking about this. So we first see the Death Star plans in Attack of the Clones. That's the first time we find out about the Death Star. They show the hologram of the Death Star, whatever. Construction begins during Revenge of the Sith, because in Revenge of the Sith, we actually see them building the Death Star.
They were quite a ways along in Revenge of the Sith.
Right. But it took 20 more years from that point, because in Rogue One, they're finishing, and Andor, they're finishing the Death Star. They're putting the dish on, and then they do the first tests of it. So it took 20 years to build that thing, and it was fully operational for less than a week. That's crazy, right? They used it against the Jeddah city in Rogue One. They used it against Scarif Base at the end of Rogue One, and they used it on Alderaan. That's it. 20 years, and they got to shoot the damn thing 3 times.
It shouldn't have taken 20 years to make, I don't think. It seems a little... Because it was pretty well along in...
No, it was a frame in Revenge of the Sith. Well, it was just the frame structure of it.
Just the painting alone
and all the levels and everything. And those trash compactors don't, make themselves. Exactly. But I just thought it was crazy when I thought about it. I'm like, 20 years, and they only got to use it 3 times, and then it got blown up. Anyway.
But okay. But they made another one in 3 years.
Well, I think, like in the movie Contact, they had been building another
one.
one.
Good reference, I was going to say.
Yes, they had been building the other one.
Why make one when you can make two for twice the price?
For twice the price. I don't think that they started building the second one after the first one got destroyed.
I think that's a good thought. Yeah, I never thought that.
But anyway, these are the things I think about.
You know what I think about? Fanboy Collectibles. Not a ton new for pre-order, but Superman in Crypto. I think that is a fantastic figure.
It looks amazing.
The movie in 4 days. I think I'll wait, but I'm hoping to pre-order that unless the movie disappoints drastically, which I don't think it will. I'm very excited for that. Look, that figure looks amazing.
Speaking of Revenge of the Sith, they've got Droidekas in stock.
Those are in stock.
Droideka.
Yeah, those are in stock.
That also looks amazing.
Yeah. But there's Hot Toys, and obviously there's Sideshow and Pops and Hasbro and Kotobukiya. All that stuff. Statues. There's a ton of statues. Iron Studios, other statue companies. Tons of cool statues. If you don't have a statue, you should get a statue. We all have statues. Even though we said statues, why would I want that? I need it to move. Meanwhile, nothing moves on the shelves. It just sits there, except unless you're Todd.
Statues look damn good. There's no exposed wrist joints or elbow joints on a statue.
Yeah, Todd reposes his figures every 3 years.
Sometimes daily.
At least.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, buy all that stuff. Check those guys out. FanboyCollectibles.com. Check them out at their store in Newtown, Connecticut, and tell them the Regular Joe sent you. You won't be disappointed.
And if you happen to be in the need for a plaque for one of your collectibles or a display for one of your collectibles, check out From Dave's Workshop.
Yes, please do. Working on all kinds of weird stuff. I'm working with a guy from Japan. I'm making him something.
Nice.
Which is interesting. And how we communicate? Email. But I set up a Google Voice. Some guy I'm talking to exclusively on Google Voice, and a whole nother guy.
Okay.
He's from Long Island. But anyway, so
I haven't even heard of Google
display?
Voice in a long time. I forgot it existed.
I was looking for a phone number that was easy to get, so I got that, and it works. So that's good. But let us know what you need. We'll make all kinds of stuff. Check out my website. There's all kinds of examples of stuff from davesworkshop.com. Working on some fun stuff.
And tell them the Regular Joe sent you.
Tell me the Regular Joe sent you. Be happy to talk to you. Let's go, before we jump into anything, we're going to do multiple segments. Let's do Shirt Up.
I spend a lot on all the clothes that I got, 'cause all the geeks that I meet, they all look cooler than me.
Regular Joe's Shirt Up.
Barry, you have a shirt up, I believe.
I do. Actually, I'm excited about this one because I have owned many Star Wars T-shirts, many Star Trek T-shirts, lots of other T-shirts. I've never had a Logan's Run T-shirt, and I saw this advertised and had to get it. It's the Logan's Run logo from the
that is
I
cool.
guess this is like what they have on the Blu-ray or whatever.
Or the movie poster.
But it's not the full movie poster because it doesn't have...
No, I'm saying the logo. That's the logo.
Yeah, it doesn't have the characters, or it's just the hand with the...
I like that. I may need to get
nice.
that.
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
I got it from redbubble.com.
Oh, Redbubble.
And it was like, with shipping, it was like $20-something bucks. It was not expensive. So
They have good discounts sometimes.
yeah, so I now have a Logan's Run T-shirt, which I'm excited about. Because
I need one too, and I've looked at a lot of them, and some of them are just not great.
it's like an
That's not bad.
underrepresented property as far as T-shirts go. Like you never, like at conventions, I never see a Logan's Run T-shirt. So when I saw this, and it's good, nice, comfortable T-shirt. The printing quality and the colors on it is really good. So I was a little dubious when I ordered it. I'm like, this is going to be an iron-on or something, but it's nice. So
good. I may get that.
yeah, highly recommend.
Todd, did you?
I have a
something?
shirt. I have not. So this is a Florida Keys T-shirt. I recently bought in the Florida Keys, but I didn't buy it because it said Florida Keys on it. I bought it because on the back is a map of the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, nice.
And I ever thought, like,
That's a keepsake because
how convenient would it be if I got lost in the Gulf of Mexico and just could take my shirt off and navigate through the Gulf of Mexico? Because, it's been there a long time, but still,
But it's also now a collector's item because since they've renamed it.
If it sticks. So, anyways, yes. So specifically, I bought the shirt for that reason because
I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dave, do you have a shirt?
I do. I have a shirt that I saw when we were at Wonderfest on a guy, and when we were at that dinner or whatever that thing was.
And you hit him over the head and stole his shirt?
I took it, and I'm like, I haven't seen that. I have a robot Logan's Lost in Space shirt, but it's a little hokey. And I'm like, that's a cool one. So I don't know what I searched. There may have even been a picture of the shirt, and I found... And I got it in a different color. That guy had it on black. So this is...
Oh, I like that.
It's on a blue shirt, but the logo is goes yellow to green, and then there's the Jupiter 2, and it says the Jupiter 2.
Nice.
But I like the logo. But I ordered this from a company that's new to me. I'm sorry, I'm talking away from the mic. Company that's new to me. Print something. I don't even remember the freaking name of it, to be honest with you. But the shirts are decent. You had a choice of all kinds of colors. Now I'm looking up the name of it. Printerval.
Never heard of it.
Actually, it was fairly inexpensive. All in shipping and everything, $25. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think this Logan's Run shirt was $26 with shipping, so it's still not
good.
bad.
That's sort of... I'm not spending, other than the freaking Jaws Vineyard Vines, but that's a different thing. I'm not spending $30 and above for a T-shirt.
I was at a barbecue on Saturday, so 5th of July, and one of the guys there went ballistic over my Vineyard Vines Jaws shirt.
Really?
He's like, basically he was like, I'm going to rip that off your back, and I'm like, just go to vineyardvines.com. They're still available.
Yeah. I wore mine on 4th of July. We had people over for drinks and stuff, and I wore mine. No one knew it, and,
apparently this guy, Dan, that was at my friend Kyle's house, is a Jaws fanatic.
Oh, really? Cool.
And knew about the shirt, but hadn't ordered one, and when he saw mine...
Well, if you're a fanatic, there's a lot. Actually, the Amity shirts and stuff are cool. I mean, I could order a lot, but, they're $50 a pop.
That was the problem. I probably could have ordered 2 or 3 other ones other than the one I got, but they were... Yeah, I'm with you. That's unless I'm at a concert, that's way more than I'm ever going to pay for a T-shirt.
But those are definitely better quality shirts.
Yes,
I mean, those are the Vineyard Vines shirts and stuff are nice. So anyway, that's Shirt Up. All right, we've all watched varying amounts of Ironheart, and we said we wanted to talk about it, but only Todd got through the whole thing. Barry a little more than me, and
I just want to be clear. I didn't drop out because I thought it was awful. I dropped out because I just haven't finished it yet. I will finish it, so it's not like when you said only made it through. I ran out of time.
No, I meant time. And me too. Although the first episode, second was a little better. And I've seen most of the third. I thought the third episode was a little better.
Yeah, I think it picks up and steam as it goes. I'm in the middle of the 4th episode.
I'm not compelled to be like, I have to see every one of this. It's okay.
The most exciting thing to me about the entire show from what I've seen so far is that Star Wars exists in the MCU. They've made 2 or 3 Star Wars references
Star Wars
already.
and Star Trek.
And Star Trek,
there's
yes.
There's a big Star Trek. There's they use a line from Wrath of Khan from Spock's funeral in Wrath of Khan in the final episode.
Well, and they reference Spock a couple times. So
yeah.
Well, Han Solo was in the show.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
But they're calling him Jim or something.
Joe. They're calling him Joe.
Joe, whatever.
Well,
but
they're calling him Joe until they call him something else. I don't know.
We know it's really going to be.
I don't know
Han
that you've
Solo.
seen that part yet, Dave.
I have seen that.
Okay,
part.
I didn't want to say.
While interesting, is it too convenient? But everything in comics is convenient. So.
Yeah, but it's
so we're
also
spoiling this, right? I just want to be.
It doesn't. We can spoil.
We will spoil up until the part you've seen. So, because I don't think we can not talk about who he is.
He is Obadiah Stane's son. Okay.
Ezekiel.
Han Solo.
And one of the interesting things they get into, I think, after what you saw, Barry, was like the press is reporting on this. Did you see that? Anyways.
Yeah.
Obadiah Stane
that he was killed in a plane crash.
Is believed to have died in a plane crash.
And is believed to be a hero.
Well, again, he's a tech giant and has a sterling reputation. He's not the guy who tried to kill Tony Stark, because they covered that up. And so that's interesting. So his son, it apparently takes a criminal turn, and all of a sudden is being, decried as a shame on his father's legacy, when it's very much the other way around. What was
crazy was, and I actually even made a note when I was taking my notes, like when I saw the second episode, I'm like, who is this kid, and why does because Riri makes the comment, you spent millions of dollars on this tech, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy, and where did he get his millions of dollars?
Yes.
To even buy this stuff? And then when they explain who he is in the third episode, I'm like, okay.
Yep.
But the weirdest part of all that, he keeps his dad's ashes in a Ziploc bag in a flour jar on the kitchen counter.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
What's wrong? Hey, I'm actually surprised there was enough of Obadiah left to cremate.
Cremate?
Yeah, seriously.
So,
but I just thought that was a little weird.
Well, yeah, didn't he just land and die on the ground? He didn't explode. No, he did explode in the arc
That's
reactor.
What I'm saying.
Right?
I think I don't know that he's really in that.
I think
bag,
there's a couple of $20 rent-a-cops mixed in with those ashes.
Exactly. So, I will say, and give me whatever shit you want for this. Okay, I had a tough time with this series because I like the character in the comics. The character in the comics is a completely different person. She's a little younger. Her issue is that
younger than this girl?
Yes.
This girl's young.
Is she still a college student or younger than that?
She's a extremely young college student. So they kind of fast forwarded like 5 years to get to this character. Okay. She makes impulsive decisions, not morally questionable decisions. Okay. So she'll make mistakes, thinking she knows better, is doing the right thing. Whereas this character is very much the end justifies the means. Now, she's committing crimes to make money in the short term, when the reality is this woman can generate all manner of money just by creating tech and probably patenting it. It's kind of like goes back to the old thing about the reality is Peter Parker could sell web fluid to 3M and make a fortune, but he's a destitute student.
Her turn to crime happened way too fast.
That's what I'm saying. It was just too.
Flippantly.
It was too really, and again, she's an absolute genius. She's selling projects to students at other colleges and her college. She could do the same thing to tech companies, and has a high enough profile from her own personal history that she could do that. Being a college dropout genius is not a mark against you, at least not in our world. So that felt a little, that felt a little funny. And like I said, so I didn't care for the character as much because of that. I think this series is not bad. It's certainly not as bad as, the people that review bombed it, tried to make it out to be, most of whom hadn't seen it at that point. But it's just it's a different interpretation of the character. So
it's also a little, we're not giving anything away, but it's all this, whether they're good or bad, everyone's got this team of people, which is so overdone. This, it is like so, they do reference Ocean's 11. It's like this Ocean's 11 team of people, and we see that so much. It's a little tired.
It's a way of getting a lot of dialogue in there and getting drama in there, because then you could have individual fights with individual people and that kind of stuff. It's
very played out,
But it's played out. I will say the other characters is I like the Hood character in the comics, and the things I like about that character, this guy is not. Okay? You know, he is just a low-level, sketchy hood who finds this magic cape and hood that gives him these powers, and all of a sudden he's like A-level. And still makes D-level mistakes because he's just, you know, a low renter, but he's got this power. And this, they tried to make this into something else, and it never quite rises to the level of what it should be. The cape also looks cheesy as hell.
And the team is thoroughly uninteresting.
The team is thoroughly uninteresting.
Yeah, and the whole, and again, I haven't seen it to the end yet, but the whole thing where, you know, Riri decides if she can just cut off a piece of the cape and she can analyze it, and the lengths they go to for her to be able to get that piece of that cape when she's this super genius. She doesn't know what this thing is. They all believe it has magic powers, but she's going to use a laser cutter and just cut a piece of it off without having any idea what that might do.
And kills a dude who allows a person to die, okay, by not intervening when she could have to help him, who can out her. And
seemed not to be completely...
When you let someone die, okay, and you have the means to help, I mean, you stand by and let someone die, particularly in a superhero world, that's killing someone. Okay, that really is. That's walking away from somebody holding onto the edge of the cliff when you could easily pull them up. Okay, you've made a moral decision here to let someone die.
I mean, I'm not going to go so far as to say self-defense, but he was trying to kill her.
Oh, absolutely. But he was beyond that point.
Is this something? Are you guys giving this away? Did I see this?
He was beyond that point.
I don't think you saw
when she let him die.
I don't care that much.
And so, no, there's no and there's no arguing that this is a good guy. There's no whatever. But
I'm with you on that. She certainly didn't seem. Oh, look, she had a bit of a breakdown by the end of that episode based on what happened, but she 100% left that guy there to die.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. So that was I can't objectively look at this because there's a huge dissonance between the character that I've known for almost 10 years and this interpretation of the character. And
well, but in the first episode or the second episode? When the cop gets shot, she got over that really fast too.
Yeah. Yes. This is what I'm saying, and it's you know, and this is who this for this time forward in the MCU. This is who they chose to make this character, and this is their choice. But it's, you know, I don't know. I don't like this turn, and I don't think it was necessary.
My two favorite or least favorite really things from that whole sequence. First of all, she's a really good swimmer for that plan to have worked. And maybe Dave hasn't seen that part yet, so I'll leave it there.
I did see that part.
Yeah. And then there was a line when that was all going down where somebody says the building is in self-defense mode. When the building was locking them down.
Yeah.
Like the building is in self-defense mode?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, I guess that's probably equivalent to like automated defense mode, but...
I guess, but the dialogue just isn't great in this show.
I know it was not. And again, you know, there's a reason that this took as long to come out as it did. And you know, you know, like I said, it doesn't deserve the rap that it got. It's just it's
watchable.
It's watchable.
And I'll finish it. So it's not like I gave up on it like Echo, where I totally gave up on it.
This could have been the opportunity to inject a new character into the MCU that you felt good about. Okay, and I'll tell you, the ending will not make you feel good about this character. Okay.
Yeah, that's a shame, especially if you're looking at, you know, young ethnic girls. You know, I think they did a better job with Ms. Marvel.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. If this is
in the appeal,
if you could,
why does he have to get into crime?
If you can walk away from this series, you can walk away from this series feeling like you do about Hawkeye the Younger and Ms. Marvel and a few of the other younger characters. You feel like they're doing something that they can build something with, but this just, yeah.
But they also make it very clear that this this girl's family has kind of been torn apart by gang violence and a drive-by shooting, and you would think that this would be the last way she'd go, and not.
And that is integral to who the character is, Barry. The whole Ironheart thing basically came from. She basically is iron over. She doesn't care. She doesn't allow her care about people. She just, she gets totally immersed in her technology and all that kind of stuff. And they alluded to that a little bit, but that doesn't make her like callous and a criminal. And so it's just, like I said,
she's treating very, very serious crimes as if they're just a means to an end so that she can do her research.
Yeah.
I know the thing that and again, I'm totally nitpicking, but the biggest problem I have so far with the show, what does one of those iron suits weigh?
A crap load. Yeah.
Could you drag it around in a kid's wagon? Or could two people lift it up and strap it to the roof of a Volkswagen?
It'd be a whole lot easier to carry it in the wagon than it would be to, okay, put it this way.
I don't think that wagon could hold the weight of a probably 500-pound suit.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing, too, is like, what is that? What was that suit made of? It wasn't made of vibranium.
When she lands in those fight scenes, it makes a giant thud sound.
Yeah.
Yet
so,
two of them lifted it up, strapped it to the roof of a car.
My last thing, and then we can move on. So that suit's destroyed. So she's got to build another suit. She builds it out of her dead stepfather's muscle car. Okay. Now,
that's the point where I had to stop watching when they gave her the car back.
You can go to a junkyard and get the same steel off pretty much anything of that era. You don't have to take a pristine muscle car and cut it up
fully restored,
A-team style to do the montage and make it into a because honestly, a car steel does not even stop bullets. Okay.
I know, that's what I was going to say. It doesn't do anything.
So going back to the weight of the suit for a second, when the AI character was in the suit, she sits down in a chair.
Yeah,
that chair doesn't break.
Didn't collapse. I noticed
what
that.
What the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing, but Alden Ehrenreich character Joe cuts his arm open.
You'd be in the hospital for a
with
month
a local
wound
anesthetic. He's like, I used a local anesthetic. I'm like,
oh yeah,
dude.
no, but I think that guy already had been putting implants in his body. I don't think he was cutting into a normal arm. I think
they didn't make that clear though.
Yeah, I know that. Barry, there's tons
up.
that's not made clear here. Okay, but I think he'd already like been doing body modification and that just gets worse.
I felt like it started to actually get really interesting by episode 4. I think it turned a corner in episode 3.
I think it's better. It's progressively better from 3 on. I will say that the character that you haven't seen yet, that people have been waiting for a very, very long time, Stone.
Yeah, I know who it is. I heard it.
Is very well realized. He's perfect. Okay, he's a good, very good version of this character. This was a waste of that character. For
what it's worth, I liked the fight scene in the White Castle because you don't see White Castle.
No, you don't. Except that there's no way she could have held her own against those two people.
No, of course not.
And also all of a sudden these
first
two
guy
people
she killed for that matter. She couldn't have held her own against
them. The first two people the two people who took on like a dozen security guards with no issue whatsoever can't subdue this kid in a White Castle. It's
I don't know. It's just a little insulting that you take this girl who's a genius, has all these abilities, but she's got to get, especially African American, has got to be down to, of course you're going to go to a life of crime.
And I got to say that is my thing. I honestly feel like, whoever wrote this could have taken a much higher road. They could have thought outside the box a little bit. This person's, this person's ticket out was her genius, and they couldn't go beyond, like her lapsing into crime when she hit a wall. And
I'll also say one other thing, that the whole sequence that takes place in the candy store / bookstore, whatever that holistic, that felt like it was written by a different writer, pulled from a different show. That did not seem to fit into this show in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I agree. And
And I know not all of these shows. They say, "Oh, well, this wasn't really for you," as a 50-something-year-old man. Everything should be for me. Like if it's MCU, like I loved Ms. Marvel,
and I have an issue with that too. It's like, all right, is this for 23-year-old, minority girls, and Ms. Marvel was for, teenage Pakistan? Like, no. You could be smart enough to make it those characters, but interesting to everybody. You can't be like, it's not for you. I don't
agree,
buy
because
that's
I watch Lego
writing.
Star Wars cartoons that are not for me, and I can enjoy them.
Exactly. And
I liked Ms. Marvel a lot. So it doesn't have to be directly for me, but I should be able to, as a component of the MCU, nonsense. I should be able to.
And then all of a sudden, you're supposed to be like, oh, Ms. Marvel shows up on the big screen, and she wasn't for me, so I'm not supposed to know it. Like, no, that's nonsense. Just be a little smarter about how you do it. Anyway.
Could be better.
There you go.
Yeah.
So before we jump into the last thing, as you hear this, Superman is in theaters. Highly anticipated by some, not anticipated by others.
Very.
I've said all along I am cautiously optimistic. The trailers haven't blown me away the way they have you guys.
Barry won't let... Which one do you like, Man of Steel? He won't let Man of Steel go.
Yeah.
Well,
he's like, that's the best.
I did not have the same problem with the Snyderverse Superman that you guys did, but that's okay.
Snyder.
Well, it's all these years of glomming onto these dark, sketchy Star Wars characters. Now you feel like someone's got to have a smudge on them for them to be a reasonable character.
I've said it. I don't want to keep repeating myself. I've said it all along. I feel like there's too much going on in this trailer, and maybe it'll be perfectly paced, and the movie will be great, and I'll be excited.
I've stopped watching.
It certainly feels. When I saw Lois Lane flying a spaceship, I'm like, I don't know what I'm seeing anymore.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
I am looking to see a hopeful, optimistic, resilient character, and I hope we get the Superman of old back. And to anybody who says you can't make this play today, okay, go back and watch Cap in the MCU, which is exactly what everybody said, that you cannot, that character is a parody today. You cannot make that work, and they did. And I'm sorry, it's this,
even all the way up until the end,
even till the very, very end. Okay, they took everything that was the essence of that character and updated it and made it work. And there is the window to do that exact same thing here. And I hope as you're listening to this, I'm not way off. But that's what I'm hoping in my heart of hearts that we get to see.
I think we need that now.
No, I think we need more than ever, Dave. I think we need a Superman that is, It was almost a joke in Man of Steel, but when he said this, Barry, you remember? He says, "In my world, this symbol means hope," and Lois Lane said, "Yeah, here it's just an S."
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I want it really to mean hope again, and
yeah, I agree.
So that's what without a funny comeback, and hopefully we'll see that. I didn't speak up because I tend to do this too much during the ad. I think the Hot Toys figure is awesome. One of my favorite ever Hot Toys figures is Christopher Reeve with the Fortress crystals in the back, with a base that's actually held up by the Fortress crystals. And I think it would make a lovely bookend to this thing when I follow the Wonder Woman 84 rule and order the figure after I've seen the movie and not before. And
I'm glad it came out close to.
We've only got
next
3
weekend.
days before I called Troy and said, punch that ticket for me.
Yeah,
because I think the figure looks great, and the fact
the figure looks amazing. I hope the movie is as good.
The fact that they put crypto out with this figure instead of like releasing a figure and then 6 months later doing the crypto version, which would have really irritated me. I'm super pleased. So,
I know I've had faith in other people. I don't know that I don't think JJ's let me down. Let's not go into a whole Star Wars discussion. I think with what the mess he was handed,
I agree.
did a good job. So I trust JJ. He hasn't done us any wrong, and I trust James Gunn. He has not done us wrong.
I'm with you there, and that's the only reason I'm remaining optimistic. I mean,
all the Guardians.
So here's the thing: the Guardian. You take
Suicide Squad.
You take the Guardians, okay, which D-list of D-list, okay, maybe E-list, and he made it into what it was, and then you take one of the worst movies in the DCU, and he volunteers to make a follow-up to that. That is awesome. It is just awesome. Yeah. In The Suicide Squad. So, or maybe it's the other way around.
That's amazing that they actually got to think about that.
But I think it was like they had nothing for him to do, and he said, "Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do this." And again, he took this steaming turd, okay, and made it into something that was just awesome. And that's where I have hope. And I will be the last thing I say. I have.
He
great
makes
hope
great
at this
ensemble movies, no question.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that he can also make a great movie that focuses on one main character.
But Barry, one of your criticisms is that this is an ensemble film. So
I know that's my problem.
I think that's what he knows how to do well. But
what I just said was I hope
integrate other characters.
But I hope he can make a movie that focuses on one main character and also has those other characters.
I think he can.
The things that I've loved that he's done have all been full-on ensembles. So.
I mean they have been, but
there's always a. Well, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, look, Star-Lord is definitely the lead in the Guardians movies, but those are really ensemble movies. So, look, I'm not being overly negative. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm just not as super excited as you guys are based on the trailers.
More hopeful than excited. I'm really, like I said, this is
that's fair.
Yeah,
I'm excited. So, and you know me, I'm sometimes once in a blue moon, I'm a little negative. So, I want
Hopefully, this weekend doesn't turn you to the dark side.
Yeah,
I'm worried about Fantastic Four, though. I am very worried about that. Very worried.
So.
I see pictures. I haven't looked at any of their stuff either anymore.
Are you in the envelope now for Fantastic? Because I never saw the most recent trailer, and I'm not looking at it.
There was a scene released on YouTube that I wouldn't click on. I don't want to see a scene.
Yeah,
trailer I'll watch. I don't want to see scenes.
Once I hit that month, I just don't. I don't do it. So.
But Superman, we talked about this in the scumbags at Warner Brothers. They are milking this thing all the way to milk bones and a million other things.
Yep, like, progressive insurance, everything. It's like...
Although, I was in the store the other day at a supermarket, and I'm like, oh, Fantastic Four. What is that? Fantastic Four Pop-Tarts. And I'm like...
what flavor are those?
But I was like, if it's something cool like, Invisigirl Punch or what? No, it was strawberry and blueberry. Like, all they did was stick their picture on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just disgusting.
Now, if you're going to do that right, you do 4 different Pop-Tarts, okay? 4 different flavors in one box.
But you do something.
That's what I'm saying. You got to go with the 4 thing, but yeah.
Human Torch is like spicy cinnamon. The Invisible Girl one is we could have gone completely clear.
Dave, you are not ready to leave the market. I'm telling you, you could be out there selling these ideas. It's
display maker and marketing wizard.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
It was risky. I was excited. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Blue and white M&Ms, all of which have a 4 on them. So it's like,
they should do that.
Yeah.
There was something else Fantastic Four too. I don't remember what it was.
I saw one of the pizza companies had pizza boxes with the Fantastic Four logos on them.
Jeez. Anyway, let's go. What's in the box?
Show you with the box. Who's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Regular Joe's What's in the Box.
Tom, what's in the box?
So my What's in the Box this week, shockingly, is an X06 figure. Which I'm showing the guys right now on what's in the box cam, which you can't see. The rest of you can't see.
You'll be able to see this soon.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
you'll be able to
might-
see
that's
this.
it.
I'm
That's
developing
a
this.
teaser.
This is in development, but I have a little turntable, and Cage Spock is on my turntable, and the guys can see it on my other camera right now. Great figure. Really, I got to say, this is maybe my favorite figure from this whole series, right down the line. And
Did you leave the plastic on his neck?
I did leave I unwrapped this thing like 20 minutes ago. Hang on one second.
Oh. Todd, you should film this and we'll throw it up on Instagram. He's going to take the
It's
plastic.
good that you
had
could
to
pick
say
that out,
something.
though. So hang on, I got to switch cameras again. It's really, really good.
The no shortage of Moon Knight things in the background.
But
That's a
that
great looking
hair
sculpt
and
is
stuff.
awesome. The ears are a bit oversized as they were. They did a great job with the
That
phaser.
gun looks a little small.
Now it's actually they were a little small. Great job with the phaser. The jacket's got the little magnetic closures. The little tiny emblem. He's got the harness that goes underneath, which I'm not sure I'm going to put on, but I might for the communicator and the other stuff. But just a beautiful, beautiful figure. And this is kind of like micro suede and the jacket, and it's just great. And it's lined with like a kind of a silky stuff. But that portrait is so, just like I said, it's perfect. The makeup's overdone.
They did a great job on that.
Just as it was in the pilot, and I will pop his head off at some point. It's got the kind of funky, more Western style boots that they had in the pilots, and yeah, really, really nice. This was the thing that pushed me over the top, and I'm getting the Pike figure to go with it. So, this is the but like I said, Cage Spock, awesome. Barry, what do you got?
I've got a couple things. I don't know if either of you remember this. Maybe Dave will. Back when Star Wars came out, Burger King had Star Wars trading cards.
Yep.
And I have a set of... They came in sets of 3, and these are unseparated. They're perforated, so you can separate them. But this is an unperforated, an unseparated set of Star Wars Burger King
cool.
cards, as well as the set of Empire Strikes Back unperforated or
Those are-
unseparated.
Do they
are
smell
vintage?
like old grease?
These are vintage. These are from 77 and 80. There's somebody had, I guess, a lot of these and was selling them together in lots. They're in perfect shape. Even included the Empire Strikes Back game card that they had when they had like a giveaway. He included the scratch-off game card unscratched. So I got all of that for like $20. It was like,
Oh, nice.
really good
Nice.
deal. And then my other really good deal, and for $5 shipped,
Wow.
I got the novelization of Star Wars, the novelization of Empire Strikes Back,
Nice.
and Splinter of the
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
God,
$5 for all of these books.
$5
shipped.
for all of those?
Shipped.
Oh, my
How is that even
God.
possible?
I mean, I paid like
media mail,
$1,
but still.
So
Plus shipping.
I somewhere I have it's one of the oldest books I have. I have my copy of Splinter in the Mind's Eye that I bought at the school book sale. Okay, where you like ordered the book and like a month later they showed up and stuff. I have my original copy somewhere, and yeah, where
it's not like I was seeking these out, but when I saw it listed for $5 shipped, I was like,
Are
"Those are
they
mine."
red? They're a little dog-eared?
Yeah,
or-
a little bit. I mean, you know what?
but-
They're fine though.
But you don't have those?
You know what? I don't. I mean, I had them as
Yeah.
a kid, but
it's
I don't
one of
know
those
where
things
they
you
ended
move
up.
enough times, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where they ended up. I mean, the spines are a little whatever.
That is
Like,
great,
I don't care.
Gary.
So now I feel
I
like I need
have-
to get the Return of the Jedi novelization, and I need to get Han Solo at Star's End.
I have that
And
box
Tales of the
set.
Bounty
Lando
Hunters.
book. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to pick up a few more of these just so that I have the full little set of
Yeah.
original novels. But for $5, I couldn't not get it. So
I have the Star Wars novelization from the Science Fiction Book Club hardcover.
yep, I think
And
and
it's
I've
the-
actually been looking at those on eBay. You can get those in good shape, not that expensive.
There's one version. I think it's the first printing that's worth a lot more, which I have.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
There's
a typo.
There's some code in it or something.
Yeah.
And I have Splinter of the Mind's Eye from the Science Fiction Book Club as well, hardcover.
Yeah, I saw that as well on eBay. And again, like, you can get a decent copy with an untorn, dust jacket for like $20-$25.
Mine are used.
Yeah.
They're not in great shape because I read them a bunch of times.
But I don't need them to be. I'm not buying them as a book collector. I just kind of like the idea of having
cool.
them on the shelf. So.
Yeah.
You know me, when I start to
there.
finish a collection of something, I need to have a new thing to start going after. So,
Very cool.
Anyway, that's mine. Dave, what's in the box?
Oh yeah, I have. This is another thing that came out of. It's nothing to look at, but it came out of Wonderfest. So I bought the Forbidden Planet spaceship model kit that I plan to build sometime. But I was poking around on, how do you build it and what people do. So there's someone, I don't remember the name the name of the company is this Tenna Controls LLC. This guy makes the LED engine. Nice.
I think
red.
That's the same company that you got the Lost in Space stuff from when I built your robot.
No, it's not. It's not the same company.
Because I've heard of Tenna Controls.
Yeah, Tenna makes it for a bunch of other stuff, but it has 3 different speeds. It has a little magnet switch, and he included the magnet. So I will build this into the Forbidden Planet model when I make it.
Oh, that's cool.
Hopefully sooner than later. So
have you started any of that yet, or
no?
No, okay,
not at all. I'm still working on my secret project. I actually that doesn't matter that people know or don't know, but I did 3D print switches that I couldn't find, like rocker switches, and I just molded them in silicone to make resin copies.
Okay.
So
nice.
But I've been buying up. I have most of everything. I have all the other switches and dials, and now I have the carts, which I cleaned off. I cleaned off all the stickers and all that stuff. So
I've been a little busy since Wonderfest. I've been building a model for Todd, and I've been working on my stuff for myself. And today I got in the mail. This is my third what's in the box. Some Gorilla Glue 5-minute epoxy that I need to finish my project. So that will once that's done, I'll show that on a What's on My Workbench segment.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough. Well, we may or hopefully maybe or may not do Superman next week, but we'll see.
So this just in, Exo 6 Spock has actual working pockets in his pants, which I did not realize was the case, and so.
You going to put something in there?
I might stick the communicator or something
Tootsie
in there.
Pop.
Something interesting I noticed with them so each of because this past weekend I brought a bunch of the boxes downstairs and put them into the box archive in the basement, which looks like Indiana Jones' warehouse. And I noticed that the Exo 6 boxes all have a number on them. And so Spock is EXO 0136. Locutus was EXO 01003. I also have 001. What do you think 001 is? You are not going to guess this. So I'm assuming this is like the order they're designed in or something, because Locutus was fairly early on, right?
But he came out later.
That's what I'm saying. So it might be like in the order they're approved or something like this, but I was very surprised to see which one was 001.
Sulu.
I don't have a Sulu. Barry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. Mariner?
It is 7 of 9.
Really?
Yes.
That makes
Why
no
would
sense.
709 be the first? But of the...
why not? If you're going to start
but
designing
again,
a figure, you might as well design
like I said, this
Jerry Ryan.
Page Spock is 36. But like I said, 7 of 9 is 001. So on that interesting.
It's been years since that makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. So we'll have to get an answer from them on that. How they're numbered.
We will. We'll see them at shows. They'll talk.
Yep. So sorry,
Cool.
Dave, I cut you off.
No, you didn't. I had nothing else to say. I was going to wrap up.
Okay.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.